This is the new Ford Maverick Lobo. Are they trying to trick us with this Lobo version? There's a feature that defines the Maverick Lobo's identity, but I find it controversial. I'll explain later. And apparently it has only one rival, which would be the Hyundai Santa Cruz, but I say this one stands alone. The Maverick has been a huge success for Ford, with 60% of buyers new to the brand, which shows that the concept has been very well received. This is a different concept. This is Lobo. Let's see if it boosts sales or hurts them. If you're considering buying a Maverick, Lobo, or regular, I advise you to watch this video until the end, because I'm going to be talking about some problems that have been reported, complaints from owners that you really wouldn't imagine. So it's important that before you spend your money to buy one of these, you listen to what I have to tell you. Welcome. From the front. This Lobo version has a black grille that really stands out, very black. Shiny, extending toward the headlights, gives it a more aggressive, sinister look. The headlights now feature a 7-shaped daytime running light, confirming the LED has been updated. Well, what does stand out a bit is the halogen, here in the bulb, for the turn signal. The bumper includes sporty moldings, also decorative air intakes and dark details that reinforce that character we see there. From the street track of the street truck along the sides, its lowered suspension stands out, half an inch in the front and more than an inch in the back. Also, 19-inch wheels in a dark finish, turbofan style. That's one of the things that gives it that sporty street truck character that people like so much. Those are only for the Lobo model. The rear part keeps the cargo bed without many decorations, with a cleaner but functional design. Here there are no flashy lights or chrome, which is exactly what this customer wants. Something understated yet unique. The bed is still practical with good depth and capacity. Also, it has this look in case you want to store the rails for your kayak in your swimsuit. Some accessories. And also a connector, right there for regular electricity, and a little LED light for the dark and tie-down points. This feature isn't just for those wanting fun with this street-style truck. It still keeps its functionality. On the back, Maverick is engraved on the tailgate with the black logo and rear camera. That's it, just like before. What do you think of the taillight? If not, it's different from the other Maverick. Now, about the engine. Interesting thing about it is the difference between this engine and the one in the other Maverick. Here you won't have a hybrid engine, the Lobo version doesn't come with it. What you'll have here is a 2.0-liter engine. And as it is powered, it comes paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. And here you'll have 250 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. And I repeat, this is all-wheel drive. They don't come with front-wheel drive or hybrid engines. That's what's here, hidden under this engine cover of the Lobos. And when it comes to driving, what I'm about to tell you is important. In corners, it feels more planted, especially when you drive it in sport mode. More planted than other Ford trucks. The calibration you have is meant for that purpose, not for improved corner performance or a more aggressive driving style. What I'm telling you is mostly within sport mode. Now the suspension feels a bit firmer, but at the same time, since it's firmer, it transmits a bit more than the more irregular one. The hybrid model has a bit more road vibrations, and in terms of acceleration when we step on it here, there's a little bit of turbo lag, but I think the EcoBoost responds well. Of course, it's not a sports model, but even though it's not sporty, it has a sporty look for a truck, a pickup, like a street sports vehicle, but by nature, it's not sporty at heart. With everything, and that's considering the size and weight of the vehicle. It's agile, which matters, and starts at low revs. What about me? It responds well, but what's inside this balloon thing? How different is it from the regular one? Let's check it out, but first, if you enjoy the video, like and subscribe. Here on my Freedy Car Power 360 channel, where I have rankings and reviews like this, I have trips, exclusive events, and exclusive launches. And I also have direct contact with industry executives who give me exclusive news. They tell me, they send it to me by email, or they just call me and say, "Freddie, this is happening." Well, I share all of that on my channel, so welcome to the community and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's go inside and see how different it is in the cabin. The design itself doesn't change much compared to the other Maverick. What does change is this central screen, which is now 13.2 inches and runs. The system includes wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and 5G long-term evolution connectivity on equipped versions, so you don't need cables. Ah, well, It comes with the camera. I'll show it to you here. The 360 camera, and you also have trailer assist. The materials are still hard to the touch on many surfaces, but there's a noticeable overall improvement in finishes and some details compared to previous years. The ActiveX synthetic leather seats feature the logo, which is a nice touch. The seats are heated, the front seats. Heated seats and a wrapped steering wheel are included. The space is roomy. Up front is fine, it's okay back there. The instrument cluster is still partially digital with good visibility. Even though it's not a luxurious interior, I think it feels modern and practical. And the visibility is quite good. The rear seat headrests might be a bit bothersome for some people. You can remove them if you want, but overall, the driving position is also good. I find it comfortable. And one of the things about it is that, despite its street sporty spirit, it doesn't lose its functionality. You can carry your cargo easily, and while the truck is a bit lower, that doesn't limit its functionality, and that's something important. As for fuel consumption, and does it come without the cover? The Easy Fuel, according to official Environmental Protection Agency figures, offers 21 miles per gallon in the city, 8.9 kilometers per liter, and 30 miles per gallon on the highway. That's 12.8 kilometers per liter and a combined average of 24 miles per gallon, or 10.2 kilometers per liter. I'm converting it to kilometers per liter for everyone who complained. I take care of my people because of you. You deserve it. And well, the things I don't say, you can just look them up on Google. As you know, in my videos, I don't just talk about positive points, but also areas of concern, negative points. And in this way, opening Globo is no exception. Or is it form? You see that in general, well, because there are some things that are a given, you see that the regular Maverick or the hybrid has them. And the Lobo has them too. Where there have been complaints, I've found that in forums there are people who complain about the screen, about the connectivity with the SYNC. The SYNC system sometimes shuts off or freezes randomly. That's a complaint, but let's not mention it. It hasn't escalated because no recall or service campaign was issued. No, at least Ford doesn't consider it a major problem. But some people have reported it, and others have complained about it in assembly forums. For example, inside there may be misaligned parts or finishes that aren't properly aligned. At least here, I haven't seen any in this test unit. What can I tell you? Look, I could show you one here, right? I've seen these complaints and wanted to let you know so you can keep them in mind. If you're buying a Maverick or Maverick Lobo, thoroughly inspect it and ask the dealer or salesperson about any minor issues. You'll be responsible for thoroughly inspecting the truck if you want to buy it. What's the price of the Ford Maverick? The Maverick Old Drive starts at $31,945. Let's see, would you pay that price for this beauty here? With optional packages and configurations, it can easily exceed $35,000. If you add technologies like the camera, the premium seats they showed you inside, the sunroof, or trailer assist features, well, all of that brings you up to about $35,000. It's worth noting that this version of the Maverick, the Lobo, comes exclusively with all-wheel drive. Brakes. You're going to notice a slightly different braking feel compared to the regular Maverick, because these are bigger brakes. Up front, you have dual piston brakes, so you may notice a slight difference in braking, because it's also made for that slightly more aggressive driving. And speaking of aggressive driving, the chassis also has a different calibration, because it was made for that. So you can push it, abuse it a little more. The doors are designed with a feature that lets you store a bottle like a water bottle or anything you want. It fits perfectly, and it comes with a holder there to keep it in place so it doesn't move around. Besides that, now that I see the Bang and Olufsen premium audio system that comes in the brick style, obviously it's optional. You have to pay extra if you want it. Now I want to discuss the driving mode that distinguishes this brick Lobo style. Lobo driving mode. And here I'm going to show you. You select here in the driving modes. It has normal, sport, towing, and low modes. And it tells you it's for track use only, meaning it's only for the track. And well, that's where I have a little problem. That's why I wondered if they're trying to fool us or just testing me to see if I'll bite. Because when they give you a driving mode that adjusts the acceleration to make it more aggressive, more track-oriented, it makes the suspension sportier, adjusts the steering feel, and alters the function of the all-wheel drive traction. Exactly, so you can do things you can't on a regular road. How many people who will own the Ford Maverick Lobo actually think they could do that? Or is it an invitation to rebel? Because even though they claim it's for tracks only to cover themselves legally, none of those things can be done on regular roads. If a police officer sees you or the patrol picks you up, really. No, that won't work. You'll get fined and could even have your license suspended. That's serious. How many people do you think will actually buy a Ford Maverick Lobo and regularly take it to the track to use that Globo driving mode? The concept is of a street truck, not a pickup. Pickup. And the concept we know of a street truck is those who go out very late at night and do their stunts and do their thing, obviously going outside the boundaries of the law. Well, I don't know. That's the paradox of the driving mode. Lobo, that's what they're telling us. With that, yes, it's good to have it available. Will the purists come out and say, well, at least you have it? And whoever wants it or whoever feels like using it, let them use it. And whoever doesn't, well, that's fine, but then what's the point? If not, they can get the regular Maverick. But someone buying the Lobo for its limited driving mode should know it's restricted. It says it's for track use only, so how many people will actually use it and how often? A Ford Maverick on the track? Let's discuss. Share your thoughts in the comments. And the final verdict on this Maverick Lobo, I think it's on its own. When it comes to rivalry, people are thinking. In the United States market, we don't have many compact pickup trucks like this. Ram and Toyota, take note. There's a big opportunity to compete here. But since only the Santa Cruz is available, the Lobo features a firm sport suspension, all-wheel drive, and turbocharging. Well, those street truck features, with the lowered body on top, those features aren't offered, and they're not even thinking about doing it. The people at Hyundai with the Santa Cruz, therefore, are alone against whoever they're still competing with. Santa Cruz against the regular Maverick. But the Lobo itself has no competition in the United States market. Great opportunity for Ram and for Toyota to consider. Rumors suggest compact pickups are coming, but nothing confirmed yet. So, I think the Lobo is an interesting concept. It's for everyone. It doesn't have all the functionality. It's for those who want the best of both worlds. A sporty experience, a fun experience. That's what I mean. With the possibility of more power, with the possibility of more organic driving sensations, which are more enjoyable for those who like to drive than the regular Maverick. Therefore, if that's what you want, well, there you go. You even have the driving mode. Lobo, I suggest you avoid using it on regular streets and instead take it to the track, as recommended, where you can drift and push it on the curves. All of that gives you features not found on the regular Maverick. That pickup truck is $35,000. Also, consider the Santa Cruz. The base price is a bit more expensive, plus it's smoother, it has a more refined interior, the look. Some prefer the Santa Cruz's design. I don't dislike its look as a compact pickup either. I don't think so, but like I said, we only have two options here. What do you think? Which one would you choose between a Santa Cruz and a regular Maverick? Or would you go for this new concept of the Lobo Troga? A fun street truck? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, check out the next one over here. I picked it personally because I know it's something you'd like to check out. All right, I'll see you and wait for you in the next video. A big hug.